Hello and welcome to the Warhammer Podcast, episode 194. I'm your host, Brad. This is my co-host, Eric.
How's it going?
And this week, we're back. I'm here. It's not the Kierans.
Allegedly.
I'm really hoping this is the case because we're recording this in advance, so it's going to be really weird if this is wrong.
It would be really weird, wouldn't it?
You had Bricky on instead of the Kierans.
You're not actually here. It's actually the Kierans both voicing over you. Where were we? Did we actually start?
Yeah, we kind of did. I think all that stayed in.
Right, because we're talking about BF guns.
Yes, big F guns. It's been more than enough seconds. We can say it. We're grading every faction's BFG, also known as Big Friend Girl.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, so after that disaster of an opening, let's grade some big guns.
Yeah, I think Warhammer Universe probably has a couple of them.
So I didn't want to do who's got the biggest gun in lore. This one destroyed the whole galaxy, shit like that.
Necrons win.
Yeah, Necrons always win that.
It's not even close.
But I wanted us to actually think about like the Doom BFG, the original BFG, baby, the one that we all think of.
Hell yeah.
Unless you're too young. Although now Doom's new again, so you're fine.
Maybe you know about the BF sword from League of Legends. Similar, but a gun instead of a slashy thing.
Also for less toxic fan bases.
Shockingly true.
So if we're grading these, let's go through some rules for what we're going to look for. So first, I think it clearly has to be infantry carrying it. Like I don't want this on a vehicle or like a beast of burden carrying it. No monster mounted stuff, nothing like that. The more identifiably normal the person, the better.
Yeah, I mean, that just kind of like gives you the right expectation of it's a gun, not like, oh, that's a tank cannon.
Now, that said, we ideally want this to be big compared to the person holding it. Hey, whoa, big, large, girthy.
We're going back to this joke again.
Yes. It's been weeks since I last said it. It's fine. We recorded these out of order, so it's a while ago now.
That's true. Fair enough. It's been like a solid month and a half since you last made that joke.
Borrelio, go get some pull lines from Heywo. Just drop them in the episode. Heywo just shows up saying, big.
Sprinkled throughout.
You should basically be questioning how they can carry this if they don't have like an exosuit to help.
Yeah, and again, this is like a comparison thing. So like you have to be shorter, hey, to your advantage. But I think one of the big things for me is, dude, it's gotta go bang.
Yes.
We're looking at like some proper DACA go bang.
Yeah, we want something that makes a big boom, not a flamer fwoosh, not an autocannon, rat-a-tat-tat. We'll settle for those if we can't find a great big bang gun.
But like, it should go bang.
Yeah. I'm not going to be a stickler, though, for technically, this kind of energy doesn't make a bang sound effect in this book. Visual bang.
Expectation bang.
Yeah.
Flashbang. Wait. Yeah, and I think that, like, this is still 40K, so if it's kind of weird, kind of exciting, wacky, it's better. Sniper rifle, big, bang, great. But, like, if you can make it more 40K.
Yeah, the actual BFG is like a memorable holy shit moment. This is firing off, like, the big energy ball.
Right.
It's the big fucking gun. We ideally don't want to have to rely on, like, it's just a sniper rifle firing a normal shell. We want something memorable looking.
I think that generally gets the expectation that we're looking at across, but to really nail it home, let's take a look at like our A+ student and see what we're working with.
And for I think the first time ever, our shining gold star top of the class is Leagues of Votann.
Hell yeah. We've got the Brokier Thunderkin.
Specifically with the gravitation blast cannon, which of the different guns they can hold looks the coolest and the most BFG.
Yeah, the conversion beamer, pretty cool, but graviton blast cannon, that's big. It looks like it goes bang.
I have to say, like, it hits every single point. Like, we didn't design the points based off this model. We looked at all the models at the end and figured out who the best student would be. So you've got clearly an infantry person carrying it. They use an entire exosuit in order to carry it. This dude can't lift his own gun without it.
Yeah.
So, like, we got it's much bigger than him. This thing looks like it goes bang. That is a huge energy cannon. And, like, stat line wise, it seems to back it up. So where lore fails, we've got that.
Yeah, I think we're we're gonna try and stay away from just like looking at stats and being like, well, this one does more damage, it's got more strength. But like there is some aspect to it.
It's a good fallback for when we don't know the lore of a gun.
Yeah. So the stats back up like, yeah, it's big gun, does damage. Cool.
And you cannot say it's not sci-fi as fuck. Like that is a cool stereotypical sci-fi big energy gun.
Yeah. And it's even got like a great name for it, right? Like Graviton Blast Cannon. That sounds like a BFG.
Yeah, like grav cannons exist in other ranges, but Graviton Blast Cannon is so metal.
It is.
So yeah, congratulations, Leagues of Votann. You actually get to be the shining star of the class this week.
So with that, let's jump into AdMech and see what they've got.
AdMech's actually got a really cool one. Now, there's a minor hang-up that we'll have to argue, but I'm going with the Cataphren Destroyers are the best example of AdMech having a BFG for their infantry. Specifically for me, it's the heavy grav cannon because it looks more like a dick.
Wow.
But I will also settle for the Plasma Culverin.
Yeah, I mean, either work. Definitely big.
One looks like a metal penis. I'm going with that one is the bigger BFG.
I think that makes sense. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Gun's definitely big enough because like it needs to be kind of mounted to the person. So yeah, that's how they're holding it up. About that infantry part.
Eric, are you saying children in wheelchairs aren't children?
That ain't a wheelchair.
Are you disability shaming this poor guy with half a brain and no legs?
Apparently I am. Because that ain't a wheelchair.
Teachers today have no heart left. I'm not at all seeding the groundwork for my Necron submission.
Yeah, that's it. I may or may not know where that's going.
Do you know how many American school moments?
Jesus Christ. This is not a monetizable episode, apparently. We were like, let's hold off on saying the bad naughty word. School fuck them. So, yeah, I mean, like, technically, they're infantry. They're not mounted. Looking at the tags, that's what they say.
Don't look at the tags when we get to Necrons. I want my A.
All right.
It's the one that I wanted to be the A+ student, but it broke one of the damn rules. So, yeah, I think AdMech gets a high grade here. I will let you mark it down for, yes, he's not identifiably a normal infantry. So we can't have our A+. I want at least an A- here.
I think it's okay for the infantry part, other than the fact that, like, he's not, like, properly holding it up. It's just attached to his entire, like,
truck.
Rig. Yes.
Really, when you think about it, we should raise the grade because this is the most American subject that we're going to have in this series, and he's a pickup truck.
He is basically a pickup truck. Yeah.
When the child is a pickup, that is American.
Yeah, I think that does lower it a little bit on the fact that he's not properly carrying it. It's just like
that's fair. We aren't questioning how he's carrying it because it's just welded onto the truck.
Yeah, but that does show off how big it is in comparison. So like there's definitely a lot of big parts going on here. And like the stats follow reasonably well. Good enough.
And it's phallic as hell, man. And that's what we're really here for.
Right. So like A-.
I think an A- is more reasonable if I'm not trying to push it up higher. I think A- is a great happy grade for AdMech to get for this one.
All right. So Adeptus Sororitas. We've got the Retributor squad.
And of course, specifically the multi-melta.
Yeah, probably not all of the pistol options, though the Inferno pistol is pretty metal. Yeah, they're big guns.
I think this is a high grade. I think it doesn't actually screw up in any way. It just lacks the flair. The wackier is better part. It's a big gun that goes bang. You could argue sometimes meltas go whoosh, but lore is stupid.
And it is kind of funny that you say that like it lacks some of the flair, and it's like it's a melta. With like what the fuck is a melta?
It lacks flair in 40k land. Yes, it's still impressive in like a modern day military. Yeah. But identifiably infantry carrying it, using power armor to hold it. You're wondering still even with the power armor how she's able to carry it. So it wins on all those points. This thing goes bang. Like it's a big monster stat stick in addition. Like everything about this is right.
It does just kind of lack a little bit of the flair.
It could be a little wackier. It could use some glowy orky bits. It does have 2 barrels, which is kind of badass.
I mean, I don't think it gets less than an A-.
No, I think it's a solid A. I don't know if I can push it up to A+.
I think it's just a solid A. It lacks a little bit of the flair to give it that real bump up, but there's nothing like knocking down any points, really.
And honestly, if it wasn't for the fact the flamer's a flamer, it also looks badass.
That's true, yeah.
Like even the heavy bolter for a sister, who is not a space marine where a heavy bolter looks more wieldable, is insane looking.
That was honestly kind of my like default thought is like, let's get a sister with the heavy bolter, because like that does look awesome. But then like, yeah, we've also got the Melta, which is a little bit more intimidating looking.
That's the thing, is like the Melta's actual what it does is more impressive than a bolter, which again falls back on the like, it's just a gun.
But yeah, solid showing from sisters.
Unlike our next showing, Custodes, you just wrote this before class. You did not do your homework.
It's shocking how bad Custodes has for guns. This isn't a gun, that's a spear.
Yeah, the shield kept him with his pyrethite spear is not what we want.
No, stat-wise, honestly not terrible. 12 inches is not very far.
Normal melted. The problem is, this is like a melted pistol tied onto your spear. This is not a BFG in any way.
No.
There is no big nor fucking. This does not look like a big dick.
And really, not much gun happening either. Very much a spear.
Yeah, I want to fail you outright. Technically, stat-wise, we can kind of save you a bit, but I think a punishment D here is probably what you have to give them.
Yeah.
That sounded sexual. Teachers, stop giving your students the D. I'm sick of reading about it on the news.
Oh no. What was that about American school moment or whatever the fuck? Yeah, that's fine. I was thinking like a D-, but sure. Something low like that.
Teachers, stop students in the classroom.
It was a legitimate self-defense. Something about a castle law or something like that, right?
How will this be monetizable? Find out next week when it wasn't.
When it wasn't. Yeah, that's about right.
How could YouTube do this? You make one little joke and all of a sudden,
wow.
living with auntie and uncle in Bel Air. But let's move on to Imperial Guard.
I expect that they have actual guns this time, not just spears. And the heavy weapon squad does indeed have guns, and some of them are rather large.
I took umbrage with them because they're not holding them.
All right, yeah.
They do set it up, at which point I think it's kind of cheating when it becomes a turret section.
Yeah, when it's more of like a weapon emplacement kind of thing.
Like if we're doing a BFG in a video game, it's the badass walking around going like boom, 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 not turret section where you're standing there waiting for the waves of guys.
That is true. Like even if you do have a turret, it's the like you ripped the turret off of the thing and are walking around with it.
Right, which we'll get to an example of later.
So I'm with you. We can definitely knock some points off.
But other than that, it is infantry. They do carry these around. They're not shooting them from the hip, but they do carry them around.
Obviously, they are big in comparison to the person carrying them.
Extremely. They definitely go bang. Well, depending on which one, but they can go bang if we want them to.
Even the Laz ones can go bang if they fuck it up.
Yeah, I think the wackiness is still here to an extent because it is such an extreme thing for a heavy bolter for a normal human.
That's true.
I think it's still there. It's just, it's not that strong. And I do want to give points off too. I don't think we can give an A in any way. C to B is the range, but I want to say it's at least still B- worthy.
I think it's in the B range just because like it is large in comparison to the people carrying them around. The stats generally work and like it does look like a big gun. They do go bang. B- is probably about right though.
They can settle for a B- with this one. I really don't like them not firing it from the hip for the BFG-ness of it, where like from the fantasy standpoint, it's wrong.
Dude, I'm just waiting for GW to release a Catachan where like there's just one guy that's just picked it up and walking around with it, even if it's gonna like blow him up.
Oh yeah, the Arnold Schwarzenegger holding the LMG from the hip.
Yeah, and like there's some rule about like it can like knock him over or something like that just because like it's so big. But like yeah, he's carrying around like these heavy weapon squads that need proper bipods and tripods and stuff like that. But we don't have it yet. So let's take a look at what Grey Knights have. And honestly, got a couple options.
It's gotta be the Psy Cannon. The Silencer I love. I love Gatling guns. The Incinerator, I love flamers, but the Psy Cannon is the cannon.
And like compared to the Grey Knight, it's a pretty big gun.
It's just, it's not that big. If anything, the Silencer is larger.
Yeah.
Looking at the models. I've always felt this way too, of like the Silencer is the most impressive because it's like it's strapped to their back arm and is like underslung, and then they've got the front handle that like holds the gun up.
Yeah.
Whereas the Psy Cannon is smaller. Like it's like a normal gun with just a weird place for the handle.
It does kind of feel feel like that. It's a big gun, but it also feels like, oh yeah, it's just like, it's like heavy bolter for a space marine. It's a big gun, but also you can do better. I feel like the silencer would do better if it wasn't just like a Gatling and we're looking for like the big gun to go big boom.
I'll say this, we'll split the difference. They're both the submission because they both have one flaw. Whichever one doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's either we're losing the bang and we had to go with rat-a-tat.
Yeah.
Or we lost out on the it's not big enough.
All right. I'm with you on that.
Which is basically a review of the Grey Knights range.
Yeah.
And Eric's Bumble account.
Ooh. So I don't know how low this goes. Like, it's still reasonable, but can we get like B tier?
Yeah, I think it's probably the solid B. And I think that's what we have to say is like, if you have to lose out on the bang or you have to lose out on the size, then it's still, you go down like the whole letter grade. But like, you've got a BFG, it's just, it's missing something.
Yeah, it just is kind of missing something.
It's worse than missing some flair, which is all you were missing for Sisters.
To get the like real extra credit level.
That's to go from that A to that A+, where you're like nailed every single thing we could ask for.
All right, I'm with you. Let's take a look at the Imperial Agents, though. We've got the Vindicare Assassin,
who has one of the coolest sniper rifles possible. We have to settle for a sniper here. There's not really a cool cannon that's specifically for agents.
But like at a certain point, the sniper's big enough that it kind of feels like a cannon.
Especially this one.
Right? When you look at the weapon compared to the person holding it, you're like, yeah, that's definitely a sniper rifle. But like, Jesus Christ.
And when you see the things like lore-wise that it's capable of doing, you're like, yeah, it goes boom.
Right? Stat line definitely nails that.
But again, it's like flare-wise, it did fail. It's just like Sisters with the, I argue it's a little worse because it doesn't seem that oversized. It's just a sniper, and it's just a sniper, so it loses out on the wacky factor.
I'm not sure I agree with you on like, it's just a sniper, but I kind of see what you're saying with it of like, big rifles are big. I feel like it still gets an A though. It lacks the flair to get higher, but I don't think it lacks enough to go down to an A-.
I was going to say A-.
Yeah?
I think it's just the extra, it's also just a sniper.
All right.
It's not bad in any way, it's just, it's so boring. It's got no flair, negative flair, it's just a sniper rifle. IG could have found a sniper rifle, though theirs are not this impressive.
Right. I see what you're saying of like, in 40K, this is not the most exciting.
Yes.
All right. I can't say it's any less than an A-. That's just not happening, but okay, an A-.
All right, shall we see what Space Marines brought this week?
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about like the heavy bolter. It was kind of impressive potentially, but also like this is a Space Marine, so like heavy bolter isn't really that impressive.
We want more. And honestly, the multi-melta, it only scored Sisters an A, and they're smaller. So like, we need something proper, big, and stupid.
Luckily, we have proper big and proper stupid with the Desolation Squad.
Eric's favorite kit in the Space Marine range.
It's such a good orc weapon. I don't know why they put it on a dumb Space Marine, but like...
Yeah, so I don't know which of these is which, and I'm not going to look it up, but I think it's the Sergeants, where it's like one big rocket launcher on the side with the underslung and like 2 laser sights for it. Design-wise, that's peak.
It doesn't make any damn sense.
I love it.
And any of this, all of it. But that is kind of good.
This is a BFG, baby.
It is properly big, even compared to a Space Marine.
This squad, I am painting them right now, and they look stupid as shit in the best way.
Right?
That's a BFG through and through. Identifiably perfect. Even for a Space Marine, it looks stupid and unwieldy.
It really does, doesn't it?
And they definitely go bang. Like, it's a rocket.
I think it's just an A+.
I think so too.
Nailed it. We did skip over Imperial Knights. That's our last Imperial faction.
Imperial Knights, show us your infantry.
Right.
Imperial Knights has decided to fuck the rules and has submitted the Castellan, specifically the Volcano Lance.
I mean, that's a hell of a name. I know that there was like some like thermal cannon or something like that, but Volcano Lance, that goes hard.
And even for a knight, it's big.
It really is, isn't it?
And like, if we're going to say that for knights, their knights are their infantry, and we're ignoring that, it's a good submission. Now, it is only one-handed. It would be Giga Chad tier to see a knight two-handing a gun, right? Like slinging around a ship gun, like a proper ship gun, like the size of half an army.
Yeah, that would be really quite cool. If they did that, I would probably have to give them a good grade just because how ridiculous it is.
So like, let's look. Identifiably infantry person carrying it. Failed. Feels big compared to the person holding it. Not quite. It's partly there. Ideally goes bang. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And wacky. Absolutely.
It's got parts.
It's not Custodes bad. Somehow Knights is doing better than Custodes in class right now. We really need to have a parent-teacher conference with Custodes parents. I want to give them at least like a C.
I feel like it's probably a D+, but because it's Knight, I'm okay with a C.
All right. And Chaos Knights, not wanting to submit an exact copy.
Okay.
I am proud of you for this, Chaos Knights, going your own route and not just doing the Tyrant. The Chaos Knights are submitting the Knight Desecrator's Desecrator Laser Destructor, which honestly, I think is slightly better for this because this is the same huge like profile / what it does. It's the same as what the Castellan has on a smaller knight.
All right, yeah.
I actually think C+ Chaos Knights. You legitimately tried.
Yeah, it was definitely going to be difficult, but honestly not bad. So yeah, C+, I'm good with that. Hopefully Demons actually submitted something. This is going to be a real tough one for them. The whole like infantry looking thing along with like noticeable gun.
Yeah, unfortunately this is our British foreign exchange student and they thought they were going to fucking Hogwarts here, but this is America. We cast Gattacus Braptimus.
Wow.
So yeah, Chaos Demons tried to give us the Exalted Flamer, specifically pointing out that it has a Melta mode. I ain't buying it. That ain't a gun. That's a dude. It's casting Fireball. That's just what wizards do.
Yeah, casting fireball out of both ends, but apparently that's what wizards do.
Wizard on Taco Tuesday.
Yeah, I don't think this is a great submission.
No, it's not. This is down with Custodes on you tried, I guess. You didn't try.
I don't think they really tried.
If you tried, I'd go for that C, but this is D- with Custodes. At least you submitted some homework, but please show up to class and listen.
Let's move on to Chaos Space Marines. I'm expecting great things here.
Speaking of someone who rips the turret off the ship and walks around with it, the Havoc with the las cannon on his shoulder is the perfect submission here.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's pretty fucking metal, which works great for Chaos Space Marines. But also, yes, that is a peak aesthetic for a BFG.
Yeah, it's the over the shoulder. The cannon is like half the size of the dude.
Yeah.
It's like clearly off the back of a dropship or something, and you just rip it off and go, I'm taking this with me.
Yeah, it is cool, isn't it? Stat lines still work, obviously. I can't think of anything to knock off, and honestly, there's some aura going on there that I think puts it to an A+ for me.
Yeah, I think this is one of the A+. Absolutely. The Havocs in general, like multiple of these, I could argue, but this one, like, it doesn't even need argument. It's so peak. This is exactly what a BFG should be.
Yeah, you do bring up that, like, the Havoc's weapons in general are all pretty cool, and that's very true.
Unfortunately, while I love Reaper chain cannons, they're cool as hell. It doesn't work for the big go bang parts. That would get downgraded. But you've got the autocannon version, which would be all right. And you've got the missile launcher, which again is like damn near the Desolators on its own.
And the fact that there's a gun that like stands out as like, that's the one, that's the BFG compared to all of this other nonsense going on is like, yeah, that's why you get an A+. So well done. How about Death Guard?
So Death Guard was a little strange. They've got a lot of mediocre submissions. I think their best submission though is the Lord of Virulence with his Plague Spewer, or we could go with like a Blightlord Terminator with the autocannon. The Plague Spewer has the problem of it goes whoosh, but it looks cool as shit.
Yeah.
When you see it from the side, it's huge. And he's one-handing that so he can have his giant power fist arm.
It's definitely a weird one too. So like there's good things about it, but man, it doesn't go bang, which like the Reaper autocan goes bang.
It does.
It's not quite as big. I don't know, man.
I think this is a Grey Knight moment, right? Where you've got two solid submissions, but both have a flaw.
Honestly, it's, yeah, very similar. And what did we end up going there?
I don't remember, but I'll say B+ for this one.
All right.
The great part of being a teacher, you can do whatever you want as long as the students don't compare.
I mean, even then, like, you can come up with excuses after the fact. That's easy.
Yeah.
So Death Guard, B+, well done. Emperor's Children, fucking Noise Marines, hell yeah.
Of your 3 kits, one of them actually did their homework.
I think they kind of nailed it. Like, it's big. It's definitely loud.
I 100% agree with you. Like, the Blastmaster is sick. Even the Sonic Blaster is all right looking, but the Blastmaster is sick.
Yeah. It's also just got like another one of those like names so good. It's definitely got like the flair as well. Maybe a little bit of bias here. I think it's an A+.
No, you're right. Absolutely. Because the wackiness gets it there. It's got it. It gets the extra points to go from A to A+.
Yeah, I think it just kind of works. What about Thousand Suns though? Again, we complained about magic.
Where your children were perfect A+s, my son is a little disappointing.
Yeah, magic is not where we're at.
No, sorry, not Hogwarts. When you go through the metal detector, it has to beep at you.
As is tradition. Wait.
We have a long history in this country of children with short histories.
Jesus Christ.
Unfortunately for Thousand Suns, we do not have a weapon that goes bang. We have one that goes rat-a-tat. It is sick because I do love a chain cannon.
And it is reasonably large.
Yeah, so the Soul Reaper cannon is our submission here, and on a rubric, it is hilariously large. It fills out most of the BFG. However, it does not go bang.
And as much as it's like a Soul Reaper cannon, it feels kind of like it's just a Gatling gun.
Yeah.
It's not the most exciting.
I think it falls right with Grey Knights, which I think was what, a B? I literally don't remember.
Yeah, we just asked that and we were like, yeah, that's basically what Death Guard got, so a B+. But no, now it's a B.
I don't remember.
Yeah, no, it's a B.
Okay.
I think I am with you though, of like, it's probably a B. It doesn't do anything stellar in any way, but like, it is a big gun.
Yeah, you know what? It's only a B, and I'm going to defend Death Guard's B+ as we move into World Eaters.
All right.
Because directly comparing the Soul Reaper cannon to a Reaper autocannon, the Reaper autocannon has the lower fire rate and the higher damage, getting data sheets out for a moment. So this is clearly meant to go bang more than rat-a-tat. That's going to be my defense for the B+ over the B previously, and I think World Eaters, through their non-bespoke Terminator kit when the Red Butchers are a thing, somehow this is still a war crime. We're going to have to grade the Chaos Terminators they inherit from CSM and go with the Reaper autocannon, and we will go with the B+ we gave Death Guard for theirs.
I'm good with that. I would have given World Eaters the little bump as well anyways, just because like World Eaters kind of need some help with the gun part.
I want to give them a lecture of how do you not have a bespoke Terminator kit? It's been years. How could you do this, World Eaters? James?
World Eaters, I can't believe you've done this.
How could you launch with half a range? Who could be so foolish to do that 3 times in a row?
Think, World Eaters. Think. All right then, that's enough chaos.
Moving into Xenos, Aeldari,
Oh boy.
the kid from Texas, shows up.
Just showing off just huge collection of options.
It's a whole case.
Yeah.
So we could go with Mugen Ra, we could go with Fugen, we could go with the fire dragons themselves.
Even like warp spiders have weird stuff going on there. Big gun.
Datasheet wise, it doesn't do that much, and I know how spinners work, and it definitely doesn't go boom, but it does look cool as shit. Dark Reapers, they've got the most phallic thing in this entire episode. Somehow.
So which one are we going to end up going with though?
I want to give it to Fugen. He's got such a long dick.
It's either Fugen or Mugen Ra. Either way, I think you could argue like different aspects of it. Let's go with Fugen.
It's tough. Between the two of them, I don't know which one is better, but honestly, I want to give it to Fugen. The guy has a rifle that is longer than he is tall, that he one-hands, so that he can hold a battle axe with his sniper deletion gun.
Yeah. I mean, obviously.
I know it's not a real sniper, it's not a long-range weapon, it's a Melta equivalent, I know. But he's got a sniper rifle that he one-arms so he can hold an axe.
It's a big gun.
It's a ludicrous gun.
I mean, like, it's just a big gun. And then, like, in comparison to him, it's also a giant gun. Thinking about, like, how exciting it is, though.
It definitely goes bang. There's no denying it. I will say it's not the girthiest, right? He's got the length, but like...
But it's like a pencil.
Yeah, noticeable bend on GW's website, by the way, which kills Borrelio's soul.
That is weird, isn't it?
Yeah. It's okay if you got a bend in it, boys. It's totally normal.
No, that's perfectly normal.
But for this episode, would Mugen Ra get a better grade, though, looking between the two right now?
Mugen Ra's got some flair, right?
I think his BFG is BFG-er.
Even though it's kind of smaller.
I think he's just got the cloak so he looks bigger. bigger.
That's possible. A more intimidating pose.
Yeah, but it's also just a sniper.
That's true. It's got a cool sight thing going on, but like, let's be real, it's just a sniper.
I think they're both like very slightly flawed, where I would give either of them an A, but I can't give either an A+.
Yeah, it's solid A's where like I want to give them an A+, but like you haven't really done anything to like push it over the top.
Yeah, and like looking at it, they're all about equal. Like they've got so many options and all of them just have a little bit of missing, just a tiny bit.
Which like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with having a giant collection that's all A's, but at the end of the day, that does mean you just get an A, not an A+.
So Harlequins did submit homework.
Yeah, they did.
Now you might think they submit their giant sniper rifle.
Nah.
But they did just watch Men in Black last night.
And everybody knows the noisy cricket is clearly the strongest gun.
So they submitted the Neuro Disruptor. The gun that tells you died.
It's kind of perfect. It's definitely not an A+.
It's not big. It definitely doesn't go bang. I almost imagine it's entirely noiseless. Like it's just hilariously anticlimactic.
I mean, it kind of has to be to fit the theme of Harlequins and what the stupid gun does.
Like it probably has the little paper come out and roll down that says bang.
Right? Oh, it's hilarious though. Like it's definitely wacky and weird and awesome.
It's a fantastic joke. D.
Yeah. D+.
You're right. Just in case any of the students who didn't try needed further insult, the obvious joke did better than you.
Hey, I mean, if you make the officer laugh.
You're still getting a ticket, but he won't up the charge.
Exactly. You're not going down to the slammer probably. So, Drukhari.
All right, so the Drukhari have submitted the Cabalite Warrior with a Dark Lance. And honestly, while Drukhari tends to have issues in our grading series, dear Lord, is this an A+. The biggest BFG compared to the guy holding it. It's ludicrous.
Yeah, it's definitely big. We're back to the same category of like Fugin's massive gun compared to person tiers stuff of like, that's ridiculous.
Except this one's got the girth. To remind you, a Dark Lance is essentially the las cannon that the Chaos Space Marine is holding. But this dude is a little elf.
Very much not a Space Marine holding it though. Yeah, man. Obvious stat line says big, scary, go bang.
And considering the lore of the Darklands, the thing is basically making an atomized black hole device location pop thing disappears and everything else goes with it.
Yeah.
This has the wacky.
Definitely a bit of flair to it. That is true. I can't really give anything negative. And yeah, I guess it's got that little bit extra as well.
100% A+. I am very proud of Drukhari with this one.
Yeah, well done. So, Genestealer Cults. Honestly, they got a couple weird weapons.
Yeah, the mining laser or the seismic cannon are like the big mining guns that are crazy looking.
And they are big compared to the person, but like, I feel like I should be more wowed somehow than I actually am.
Oh, I am. I can't believe you're not.
Yeah, no.
No, like I'm really shocked at how well Genestealer Cults did on this. Like the seismic cannon is so heavy, it has a kickstand to hold it up.
All right, yeah. I guess like looking at the mining laser, it's big, but like, I don't know, it just doesn't really do something for me. But seismic cannon is a little bit more exciting. And yeah, I guess I hadn't noticed the kickstand. That is funny.
It's got the glowy bits, so it's got that wacky factor extra that makes it memorable. You cannot argue something that looks like it weighs twice the guy holding it, that it's not big. I think it wins on literally every front. It clearly goes boom. It's a seismic cannon.
That's true. No, I'm with you. I do think it probably goes boom.
I want to give it an A+. I guess you weren't as wowed.
No, I wasn't quite as wowed. Part of it was just like looking at like the mining laser as like, oh, that one's probably bigger, so let's grade it off of that. And that one, I don't know, something about it is just like, whatever. I do think the seismic cannon has a little bit more interest to me. I don't know, man, it's tough to like, it just doesn't feel like an A+ to me. I don't know why. It's difficult to put my finger on it.
Do you just hate bald people, Eric? Is this going to become a problem over the next couple years?
That's definitely it.
I can't believe you don't love this thing. I fucking love this model.
Maybe it's the GW picture here is just not like, it's not filling it out for me, right? Like it's got a kickstand, but like, why? Kind of thing. But I guess, okay, looking at some other pictures here, yeah, if you look at it from like a, you know, like a 180 flip around to the back of the model, that is a big gun. Like it's wide.
Yeah, it's like literally as thick as the entire guy.
Yeah, I was kind of missing how like actually like girthy it is. It's kind of like looked like, oh, sure, it's just like a flat, like a more like a towel weapon, right?
Yeah, so from the front with the angle it's on GW's website, you could mistake it as being like thin.
Yeah.
And that he's like holding it out forward, but it's like a gigantic square from a back view. Like the thing is huge.
It like legitimately is as big as the person. All right. Okay. No, I'm with you now. I guess I haven't really paid attention to that model too much to like know in my head what it's doing. And it's a lot bigger when you rotate it around. So I think I can get behind it now.
All right. So A+. Congrats, Genestealers. Now on to the best A+, Necrons with the Locust Heavy Destroyer.
I don't know about that one, Chief.
It's a BFG through and through. It's the perfect gun. Ignore the fact that technically this edition he's mounted.
Okay, I'm on board. Very good gun, BFG. But man, I don't know about the whole infantry thing.
We were infantry last edition, god damn it.
It is a big gun, dude. And it's cool
It's
too.
so awesome.
Right? Like it's a cool big gun.
We're talking the Gauze Destructor specifically. The Enigmatic Exterminator is Rat-a-tat. That doesn't count. The Gauze Destructor. I love this thing. Like, it's one of my favorite models Necron-wise for gun standpoint. Like, dear lord, is that gun huge. It's ridiculous on the model. But my problem is, yes, he's technically mounted this edition. So I guess I can give us a whole letter grade down for not being infantry. Because if we go down to infantry, all of our actual submissions get a lot worse to the point where I'd rather just take the B for this.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if it goes all the way down to like a B. I'm feeling like it's like B plus A minus tier of like, you didn't really do the infantry part, but everything else was kind of perfect. And like, you were close to the infantry idea.
You've just got a huge ass.
Yeah, you just fell down that last little step.
You fell down that last little step and lost your legs and got a hover car.
And got a hover car, yeah. I'm feeling like it's a B plus. And if the addition was different, it would have probably been an A minus.
I think it would have been an A plus. If I didn't have to give the technicality of not being infantry, I'd be hammering on A plus right now.
Nah, that doesn't look like an infantry.
I'll take my B plus. I made the rule that screwed me, so.
Okay, Orks.
You get an A plus. The big mech's gun is ridiculous. It looks cool as shit. It's one of my favorite orc models to begin with. The thing is amazing. That's a BFG.
That is a BFG. It's a weird, wacky one. And let's be real, Orks was always going to get an A plus for a BFG. No matter like how they were going to do it, they were going to find something because like...
They could have been the star student for like the beginning, but Votan was going to have far less chances to get that role.
And Orks is a little bit too weird sometimes to be like, yeah, everybody else, this is the gold standard.
This is your ideal.
Yeah, right?
Picasso, the ideal artist.
Exactly. So yeah, Orks absolutely nailed it in every aspect. A plus. How about Tau?
Unfortunately, a little conservative on the design of their gun.
They do have some big guns.
Yes, we have to go with a railgun. I would love to give the broadsides gun. Unfortunately, I'm not going to argue any suit is infantry. I tried in my head. The only one I can like kind of do it for is crisis suits, but their guns are less interesting than the railgun is.
You might be able to argue some of them of being like basically Space Marine.
Yeah, the problem is they have like wrist and shoulder guns for crisis suits, and it's just not impressive once you wear the suit.
That's true. Yeah, actually, the suit does make it kind of less impressive.
So we'll go with a Pathfinder using a rail rifle.
Which, yeah, I mean, it is pretty big, especially compared to the infantry carrying it. It is kind of just a railgun.
Yeah, it's cool. And like a railgun has the flash factor of I could have shot a normal bullet, but instead I used science.
And it is going to go bang.
It will definitely go bang when it hits something.
That's a bang weapon.
I don't think it gets many points off other than it doesn't have the physical impact, like the big.
Yeah.
And it's more just a design philosophy of how Tau design their person-sized guns. Their big guns go crazy, but
I think when we were on the Genestealers, like that gun from the profile kind of felt like it was like kind of narrow, like a bunch of the Tau weapons.
You were afraid it was like the rail rifle, which is why you wanted to not give it an A+, and that's why I wouldn't argue the rail rifle's the A+.
Basically, yeah.
It's at least an A-. There's nothing truly wrong with it other than it's a little sniper rifle looking. But like it's very clearly a big gun.
Yeah, so I do think it is an A-.
Okay, I think that's pretty solid. It is hilarious that the shooting faction's only getting an A- for a BFG.
Yeah, kinda. But at the same time,
AdMech's another shooting faction, and what'd they get? Because it was a B+ or something from being on the treads?
yeah, something like that. Maybe it was an A-. I don't know. But all right, got one to round it all out. Tyranids.
All right, so the Vors are getting disqualified. They are beasts of burden. We can't argue that's infantry. That's just a beast of burden, but without someone to walk it around because it is itself.
It is itself. True.
We're not getting into the technicalities of technically every gun is its own organism and therefore they're all beasts of burden. Fuck off.
There's some that are clearly more gun-like than others.
Yes. So I think the correct answer, there's three big options here. We've got the Tyranid Warrior with the Venom Cannon, which is a hilariously large gun. We've got the Hive Guard, which I think is worse than the Tyranid Warrior.
I think so as well, yeah. It's like fine.
But then we also have the Termagants, who honestly, it's not the most embarrassing. They've got some large weapons.
For the size of a Termagant, these are big weapons, yeah.
Yeah, for how small they are, they're pretty big. Like, I still think the correct answer is the Warrior with the Venom Cannon simply because it's fucking huge. You've seen the ones on Jen's models. Those cannons are huge.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. Like, the Tyranid Warrior is the right choice. Like, shocking that the Termagants actually would do pretty well in this, but the Tyranid Warrior is just like, that's a big fucking gun, bro. Right? Like, you look at it and you're just like, all right, that's a big fucking gun.
It's like a step below the Locust Heavy Destroyer, but it doesn't have the issue of being the different body type where you're like, that's not an infantry anymore, because he's clearly an infantry. He's like the quintessential infantry for the faction. Like, that's the most dude-looking dude.
A couple extra arms, but like, dude-looking dude.
So, like, I think it's like a perfect A+.
I think it's an A+ as well. And a lot of it just comes down to like, you look at the model and you're like, yeah, that's a big fucking gun. Like, that's like the immediate thing that pops into your head. I'm shocked that like Termagants actually could have done pretty well. Like, it wasn't even on my mind until you brought it up, but the Tyranid Warriors definitely nail BFG's A+.
And honestly, shout out to the whole class for showing up today and submitting their homework. Shout out to Custodes and Demons who clearly did this 3 seconds before class.
Thank you, Harlequins, for making us laugh.
But that will wrap up the topic for this week. Let's hope this was a episode that could be aired.
It'll fix it in post.
Nothing could be done about this episode's monetization, says only channel where this continuously happens. And on that note, we're out of here.
Sounds good.